Give it a big old share.
Give it a big old boost.
Big old boost.
Boost it.
Big old boost.
It hasn't popped up for me yet.
There it is.
There, it's on Facebook at least.
We're live. Hi, internet. It's us.
It's us on the internet.
I can see all of Mike's messages right now. Oh my.
Oh, can you? Oh, yeah. I
Yes,
Oh my gosh. Let's see.
There we go. And I'm sharing to the training center. There we are.
Oh, it's on my thing now. Whoa, that was crazy. It just popped up. Okay, cool.
All right. Welcome to the Planet Ant Training Center Live. It's social distancing, a bunch of other words, something, show. This week we have our special guest, Lauren Duprey, joining us in the studios, the Planet Ant Studios.
I'm in this studio today.
Yes, you are. And Lauren Duprey is a friend of the Planet Ant and has been involved with many Planet Ant things throughout the years. What's that rumbling noise? What's going on?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm hosting right now. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's the typing sound, I guess.
Yeah.
So shout out to anybody watching yet. Do we have any? We got John Schirkenbach joining us today. Ahoy hoy, he's saying. We're going to try out something new today. We're going to try out a, as is the goal with the Planet Ant Training Center thing, every week we're going to be talking about different ways that we can make improv work online, as opposed to, how it just doesn't work online, which is really tricky, and we've talked about some of that before. And Andy and I work with the Detroit the improv project through the Detroit Public Schools, and
Damn straight.
And we've been trying to figure out some ways to make improv work better with the kids that we teach and stuff too. Airplane wing mic is hot. Airplane wing mic.
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
What does that
I'm
mean?
not sure, I like how weird it sounds. So yeah, there's it's pretty much our entire livelihoods of teaching improv and doing all this stuff has kind of just gone on pause. And we've been trying to figure out some ways that this doing improv stuff can work over the internets. And we're trying to figure out ways that it can work without totally screwing it up, because right now a lot of it is a little bit weird because the give and take is so much different than what you would have on a stage or in a classroom. The give and take is really hard because you have to be able to listen in a different way. And right now, you have to be paying attention and give a huge pause for somebody to take, as opposed to being on stage where you're you can listen and feel when somebody's about to talk. You can even preemptively pause for them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What's up, Mahmood? Welcome back. Nice to see you. Von Wenk. Audio plays written through improv. We have done some of that. If you want to hear some audio plays written through improv, check out the podcast that I did a few years ago called Switchboard Infinity. A lot of people guest starred on that from the Detroit improv community as well. So that was all written through improv with beats. I don't know. Is there any other thoughts that you guys have been having about how improv is working or doesn't work, or whatever through video that we can?
I don't know. I think we really nailed it with that sit, stand, kneel last week. I think we perfected the craft. I don't think there's any more work to be done.
We've solved the improv problem. So.
We cracked the nugget. I'll get the word out to Second City, UCB, IO, all those guys. Just watch what we did.
Oh, Andy, apparently your audio is very loud compared to mine. So I'm going to turn you down a little bit on my little thing here. Could you just give me a test, everybody?
Big old test.
Big old test.
Big old test.
Big
I can turn mine
test.
up a tiny bit.
Now, would Lauren and Mike, would you two believe that is not the first time I've heard that I'm too loud?
I would be so surprised at that statement.
I mean, I get the loud criticism all the time, especially from Andra. Who's also pretty loud, honestly, if you think about it.
I think that's
improv
the
is
trick to
done.
good.
Oh, I'm
What?
getting no delay. What does Kurt Brinker mean by I'm getting
Well,
no
because
delay?
John said that he was getting a delay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going back to improv
Yeah.
online, Kelly Teedy
Yeah.
on her Instagram, like I think it was a couple days ago, a bunch of us got on and did some like improv with her, like 2-man, like she would like invite us on to the Instagram, and it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Audra did it too.
Mm-hmm.
And Ana Gomez did it, and I knew that Ana was about to bring on sex toys, and it was the best thing because we totally did. But yeah, that was, it was fun. It was a little glitchy at times because, not everyone has the best Wi-Fi connection for it with Instagram. But either way, it was so much fun just to see everybody again,
Yeah.
because
I mean, that's part of it, right? Part of
Yeah.
what's really good about these live streams is you actually just get to hang out with people that are awesome people.
Yeah.
That actually kind of makes me think of when I first started taking improv. Like, how did I know that this thing was for me? Well, I mean, normally throughout my life, it was like I'm working in office jobs, I'm working in stupid dead-end jobs, I'm working at Pier 1 Imports as a stockroom manager, and I'm always the weird guy. I'm always the one that people are like, yeah, I don't get that joke. But then as soon as I started hanging around improv people, I was like, oh my God, these are all people like me. These are all people that will not let bits die, and that keep doing jokes, that keep getting weirder and weirder and think it's fun to go further with this stuff.
Devin Rosenine.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I think that's an experience that you have had alone and that none of us share. I can speak from experience. Everywhere I go, I'm smart and funny and charming and nice and sweet, and everybody likes me, and everybody thinks that I'm normal and cool, and that they enjoy having me in their office, and
cool.
And
I like how you're saying you're normal and cool. I mean, to me, it was like finding an oasis. It was like finding, these are the right people. Like,
I think,
oh my God.
Yeah, I think a lot too is that people that search out improv are people that are looking to fill some hole in their lives. That's why they're looking for something like improv, and that it serves as like whether it's just to get more confident or to meet friends or to try something new. Everybody's looking for something that they're trying to fix in their lives when they come to improv. And that I think that's what makes a lot of people stay with it is the connections they make and that feeling that that they're being productive and like bettering themselves.
Yeah, the one thing I always tell people is that improv has like given me a confidence that I would have never thought I'd ever have. Yeah. And I wish it was introduced to me as a young child, because I would have had such a different like confidence level going through school, and I probably would have done so many different other things, and after doing improv and like seeing that I can be a complete weirdo on stage and throw myself around and people love it, I wish I just would have known that, because I could have been doing it for a longer time.
Yeah, there are people like Travis and Joe that started classes when they were like 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Looking back, yeah, great. Big whoop. There are Middleditch and Schwartz, Forever 15.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Looking back at who I was as like a sophomore in high school, I don't think I would have ever been confident enough to try it at that age. Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't something that I had any interest in, theater, performing, and I don't think that I could have gotten up there when I was that old. I think I had to find it after a few more years, put on the old belt.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, when I was in high school, I was terrified of performance, but I had this weird, like, conflicting thing where I really wanted to perform. Yeah. I really wanted to be in, like, part of these plays and, like, stories or movies or whatever. I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to perform, but I was just terrified and so awkward socially that, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to get there at all,
Right.
Now, Lauren.
I saw he asked
Mahmoud. Now,
Who are you looking at, Lauren?
Mahmoud asked Lauren. Mahmoud asked Lauren who her favorite improv teacher at Planet Ant is.
Be careful, Lauren.
Be careful. You're on a stream with two of us.
Yep.
Andy, I never had you though, so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh my god.
Well, now it's just really shitty if you don't choose me.
Yeah.
Well, okay. The thing is like I don't think I can choose just one because like everyone had such different ways of approaching the class.
Totally.
Oh Lord, that's probably I'm gonna say 3 different people.
It's more about who syncs up with your personal vibe. It's not really about like choosing a best. You know what I mean? It never really is.
I might have to say 4.
That's,
okay.
I think 4 is like way too much. That's just ridiculous.
I am interested in if you have 4 people that you want to mention, I'm interested in hearing what you say about them and why you connected with their style.
Yes. So I'll first say my intro 1 teacher was Quentin Hicks. Obviously I have I'm much closer with Quentin because he directed My Baby Hamburger Tuna. So Quentin he opened a lot with like character work and being confident with like going from one character to another, which was really cool. Dave Davies, because I don't even really think I need to explain why I love Dave Davies so much. He's the funnest dude on the planet. And then Lauren Bickers, she was like, so I had Quentin for intro 1, Dave. Did I have Dave for intro 2? I think I had Dave for intro 2, and then I had Lauren for intro 3. And she was a lot of fun. And then of course Mike, who is also a wonderful teacher, and also Mike directed the first ever.
Thank you also.
No, I'm honestly like you were the part of it. But you directed my first ever sketch show that I was in, and I would never take that back. Yeah. Like everyone asks like who's your favorite director to work with, and I always say you, because it's Let's Go to Trash Island was one of the best parts of my life.
Super fun.
I love
Trash.
And hands down, Mike McGettigan was my favorite. No discussion needed.
It wasn't Hovick.
Just a lot of fun to be.
I think all of us take certain things from certain teachers. I know at the Ant, from Mike and Sean both, I got a way to be very serious about improv and notes and dissecting stuff in scenes, but still keeping it fun.
Yeah.
So both of you and Sean both have a good way of being able to cut to it without like destroying people's feelings.
Well, I was having a problem with classes for a while, and I ended up going to Mike and being like, help me, like give me guidance, because I felt like I was at a wall with improv, and I felt like I wasn't getting any better with it, or so I was like, please help me. And he gave me some really good advice, and because I was having an issue with listening, and he's like, you just need to listen better. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I listened better, and it got really got much smooth. Like, oh my god, you were like, Lauren, you just got to listen a little better. And I'm like, oh, that's the problem.
That's all it takes is just one person to tell you that, and that's it.
Well, and the thing is, like with improv, you just have all these different ideas coming so fast that you just want to get them out so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And you think you have to get them out, and you don't.
Yeah,
you just have to choose,
That was a huge problem for me in the beginning improv days, was just like thinking I had to do it all by myself, and thinking that I had to that all the thoughts coming into my head, I had to get them out because everything was super important, instead of putting the importance on the other person, putting the importance on how I felt about the other people in the scene. You know what I mean?
Right.
It changed a lot when I started focusing on the other people.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we're going to try something out.
What about you, Mike? Teachers that helped you? Yeah. I mean, there's a million, there is a million. I don't think I would be as good of an instructor or a coach without my time with James Quesada on the launch group.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got from him. I mean, there's a million. What about you? Who are some teachers that really influenced you?
The very first teacher that I ever had for improv was was a guy named Keegan Michael Key that probably no one's ever heard of.
I've never heard that name.
But even before that, I had a theater teacher in college. Two different theater teachers in college that really blew my mind about performance. Miss Gagney, which I don't know. I don't think anybody knows who that is, but she was a fantastic, unassuming black woman that you'd never think would have this mind-blowing knowledge, but just completely destroyed my idea of how all theater works. And then a guy named Popovich that also completely blew my mind about theater. And those were both at what was called Henry Ford Community College back then, which actually had an incredible theater department.
And that was first name Pop, last name Ovich.
Yes, exactly. Good. No, actually, he was a father, and he made us all call him Pop.
Yeah.
And his last name was
Popovich.
Popovich,
Popovich.
Old Popovich.
Love Popovich.
He was fantastic, though. He was fantastic. There's some other people in the theater community around here that have had him as an instructor, but
we're getting some fun questions. More of these questions. Kurt Brinker says, some of the best notes you've ever gotten in your improv career, and how did it change your performance?
Well, I'll start with that. So the note that probably affected me the most, it wasn't even during improv, but it was during a dramatic play that I was working on with another actor, and he sat me down when we were in the green room because we get there early and just talk about theater and stuff like that. And one of the things he said to me was, just say your lines like you're talking to me like a regular person. And then I was like, oh, shit. That's right. That's what acting is just being a regular person with another regular person, pretty much, right? I mean, you exaggerate your characters, whatever, but that kind of completely changed the way that I approached improv. So that note, Bob Skrock, he gave me a lot of notes and taught me a lot of stuff. A very important person in my theatrical career.
Bob Skrock.
Bob Skrock.
God damn.
Lauren?
Beard, guys, I got these beard tools. They're really nice. Andy, I recommend it.
I don't exactly... There was a few different teachers who, kind of said this in different ways to me and to the class. But basically just don't think. That was the biggest thing is, I would always get into my head and, try to come up with a story. And that would always be my downfall. And that would kind of, make things more... Lagaris, who was in my show, he came from an improv set during a Denver Airport student showcase. And it was a scene where Alex Mites and Jason Robbins were in a dumpster. And they were trying to get them out. And I didn't even think about that. And that went over really well all the time. So, yeah, great. Don't thinking, of course, you have to think about what you're doing. But, don't overcomplicate to go off of. And that's, even, that's the one thing I learned, especially, is that, I've been improvising with him since I was 5 years old. But,
right.
But team, you're all in that together.
Yeah.
We'll come save you if you need it.
From him, and he watched us all perform for a little bit, and then did a 2-person scene. What he saw from each of us in the scene work we did. So he diagnosed one thing from everyone in the workshop, and then tailored an improv scene that he did with that performer to make them highlight that specific aspect of their performance. So he sat me down in a chair and said, tattoo artist in this scene. And you really have to pay attention to the details, the pain, what's going on under the words, because all of that's part of it.
Yeah.
So then in through the scene, he was poking me with the tattoo needle. He was doing a bad job, so it was really hurting. And so that all became part of the scene. And I think that for me changed how I looked at stuff. And it really just made me slow down. No good improv scene has ever been my performance. And then from James again, the ability to make any scene about let me rephrase that. Any little tiny detail in a scene can be made a huge deal out of if it's something that, for whatever reason, piqued your interest. You thought it was funny. You thought it was intriguing. A smirk that somebody gives on stage when a smirk shouldn't exist. A flub. Somebody like runs over their own words and says something by mistake. There's no such thing as a mistake on stage. Slow down, uncork that, and see what comes out of it. I like being able to make a huge scene out of nothing but this little tiny moment, and you can only do that through like pure listening.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I completely agree.
Okay, well, we're going to try something out here. And
no.
So we're trying to think of some ways that could make, improv work better. And, this is kind of a bit that's been done before. For example, on Conan, they've done this. But we have the technology now to do this sort of thing. So what we are going to do is we're going to be able to, well, it's just easier if I just
we all know how technologically advanced Conan was early days.
Well,
that sounds ahead of his time.
The James Cameron of late night comedy.
This software that we're using, this OBS Studio, I mean, just like 10 years ago, the thing would have cost like $10,000 and been like a little box. But now it's software on the computer that's free. So we're going to try to just do something with our mouths cut out, pasted on other people's bodies, and I just have this one picture so far. So if you have other ideas for pictures of 3 people facing the camera, any pictures will do. You can send them to us. Send them to me on my Facebook chat, and Annie Dupree.
My mom.
When I walk away from the computer, Andy sounds like my son, Mike. So Mike and Lauren's dad walks, not looking at the computer, and asks if that was Mike.
She thinks walks in.
So, so yeah, send us any pictures that you want of 3 people facing the camera, and we're going to do something kind of like this.
Yeah. Mom, send a picture of the babies.
So get your mouths into position,
I gotta get
guys.
Oh, there we go.
All right, so I guess you guys want to get a suggestion to start this scene? We're going to try to do a scene as these 3 fellas.
Yep.
Welcome to the gun show, honey.
Yeah, can we get a suggestion of something to start with these for a scene with these guys?
Yeah, we need a suggestion.
So we need a suggestion from you guys to start. They're on a little bit of a delay, so it takes a minute to get them going. But yeah, you guys are lined up pretty good here. Lauren, we can fix you a little bit. Maybe
ordering lunch.
There you go. You're pretty perfect lunch.
Now. All right, that's our suggestion.
Ordering lunch. All right,
lunch.
let me fix you up, Andy. Get you a little bit more.
All right.
There you go. Okay. I got your nose as his nose now. So
it's terrible.
You could use your nose, Andy.
Look at that.
All right, so who wants something good for lunch today?
All I know is it better have dill pickle.
Well, of course, dill, because your name is Dill. We'll get you some dill pickles on it.
I just want it known that I have not been able to choose the lunch destination since I started at this here firehouse 3.5 years ago.
Like, because you always choose the shittiest shit, Marvin.
Nobody wants
it.
Hooters every day, Marvin.
I'm just saying, these the best wings in town.
Yeah, but it's Dale, back me up on this deal, Dale.
Listen, Marvin. Listen here, Marvin. We might be a few fire marshals in here, but we are no exploitation of women. Do you hear me?
That's right. Exactly right. I don't like it. Neither does Dale. And calm down. Calm down.
Oh, he's having one of his episodes.
Oh, calm down.
Oh, grab the wooden spoon, put it in his mouth. He's having an episode.
I ate it. Holy
shit.
Holy shit. What?
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 Is the Is the episode over?
What
Are you-
episode?
Are you
of
back to
Tiger
normal?
King?
No, you're a freak out episode, Brad.
I was watching Tiger King the whole time. I'm sorry.
You were
It's on the
watching
TV
Tiger-
over there.
What?
All right. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and I apologize that I love that restaurant and those skimpy little shorts.
Well,
But I also will not apologize for my love of the most delicious wings of all time, original hot wings from Hooters Bar and Grill.
my mama can make better wings than them.
There you go. Exactly. The wings ain't the thing, and if you would admit how much you like boobs and like butts hanging out of shorts, then I think we could all start in a place that's a little bit more fair.
And you know what really gets me? How aren't they policing the fact that butt juice is getting everywhere?
That's my thing.
Butt juice.
I don't care how skinny or beautiful you are. Your butt creates a juice type of consistency. I don't want to hear any type of objection.
I mean, I don't think that there's any doubt that for my love of boobies and butts, but I also want it on the record that I love them wings.
If you say boobies and butts and wings in the same phrase and paragraph again, I swear to God, I'm going to have a dang episode so explosive they're going to hear me in California.
Settle
So
down.
he's gonna have another episode. Gonna have another episode.
Don't stop that weird smile. Stop it, Dale. Stop it.
Lockjaw. It's happening. Lockjaw.
Listen, I have had my fair share of boobs and butts, and that is the deal. It's made me today.
Whoa. Okay, Dale. No need to bring your personal sexploitations into this. You calm down. Now look, we can all agree on getting some wangs from somewhere that doesn't exploit women and have butt juice all over the place. I think that would be a good thing to do.
I just don't want to drink any more butt juice, Sergeant, okay?
I'm not going to...
Scene. Wow.
It's really good.
Yeah, really good.
But I don't know. I think it's pretty fun to play with that. Oh yeah,
Yes.
Clutch Cargo is also kind of like that.
That was fun. That for most of all the improv I've done since this started has all been short form. That might have been the only scene I've done over a chat. It worked pretty well. We had some, talk like the biggest problem is just when you're not in the same room. If two of you are talking at the same time, so I think it's really just the getting used to, for all of us, the increased necessity for give and take.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much.
It
more
also worked in
important.
that scene because everyone, like those boys, kept talking over each other because they were mad at Hooters.
And I mean, it's like, I can't. Sometimes you can't hear the other person talking as well because it's
Right.
It's just too,
Because you're already talking and you can't hear it.
Yeah, the way that the microphone annotates it, it just doesn't work. It not annotates it. God, what am I saying? I'm trying to think of the words while I'm trying to find another picture for us to fuck with. But
Mike, you getting a rice cooker?
oh yes, I was.
Thanks sharing the screen.
Very
with us
cool.
right now. We can see everything.
I'm sharing the screen
Very
with these
cool.
guys. They're seeing all of my private messages.
Here's what I held while you were on full screen mode, or what I heard, whatever it said.
Here we
I mean,
go.
that could have been way worse. It's not embarrassing to be searching into getting a rice cooker. You could have had some weirdo pervo shit up there, and we could have really outed you.
I don't know, man.
Let me see here. Okay, save to downloads. I think it is saved to the downloads directory. Kurt sent me a picture. Let me make sure that this
Oh
is this.
boy, that's what's happening.
This will
Kurt
be fun.
sent us-
Shoot also sent one.
Who did?
Okay, so we have
Oh,
pictures.
oh.
I knew it. I knew that this shit was gonna happen. You guys are all perverts. somebody sent a photo with some gentleman holding very impressive and, if I'm being honest, intimidating dildos.
What a life we're living.
Let me get
Whoa,
these
yeah.
in there. And let me put it in
Oh,
the folder. See, this is the part of the process that kind of like sucks, right? Like having to do this
just
tech
the down,
stuff.
yeah.
We don't we don't know like
the more we do it, the more familiar we'll get with it, and
It's
all
true.
that stuff. I think people are right now willing to have some patience with us, hopefully, or maybe all of their patience is running out and everybody's leaving the chat.
Malachi said that Mike already had his freaky stuff hidden, and I completely agree with Malachi.
Yeah. Yeah. John Shirker, define intimidating. Larger than looks like it could physically fit in a. Can you guys see it now? Can they see this photo?
I think so.
Yeah, it's you have to admit that's an intimidatingly large dildo. Now, I have a question about dildos.
Sure, please continue.
Why do you guys think that is the dirty word that is every audience's favorite go-to for dirty suggestions?
That is interesting. I never stopped to ask why people would yell dildo.
Of all the dirty
words are funny, man. You smack one on the wall and you dangle it. It's funny.
Yeah, but other shit like other dirty shit's funny too. We can all admit. Why is it always straight to
damn?
Dental damn.
Anal bead. Anal bead.
Yeah. I've never heard anybody shout anal beads as a suggestion before.
I'm gonna do it next time.
Pocket pussy. Can I get an object? Any object at all? Pocket pussy.
Nobody ever yells pocket pussy.
Nobody ever yells pocket pussy.
Andy, does that really upset you? Dental dildo beads. Oh.
Dental dildo beads.
God damn it, John. That's just
John
bad.
Schirkenbacher.
Oh,
that Schirkenbacher.
That's bad.
I knew it. Daniel Jackson said he has no patience.
Oh, I knew that already.
I knew that already.
I knew that.
So we're trying to get it resized.
He doesn't even like to hug people.
Before this happened?
I think so. I think there was one time he didn't want to hug her. I'm just giving it. It is like stocking toilet paper in a pandemic. What is what? Dental dams?
Now there's two of us.
I put it that way so it's not actually making everyone see the picture when I add the new picture.
I know you added the three together, John. It doesn't make it better.
As long we're gonna try to do another one of these scenes. But if anybody has any other improv questions or anything they want to talk about improv wise, we can still chat about this shit while we're getting the tech set up.
Yeah, Daniel said no hugs. I knew it.
No hugs.
No hugs. Even after all of this, we haven't seen each other for months. Oh Lord.
I think it's going to be a long time before people are cool with hugging again.
I'm never going to hug anyone again.
We talked about stuff I'll never do again. What's some stuff on stage that you don't think you'll ever do again after this? Last week I admitted that I've been spit in and on stage before.
Yeah.
In and on, people have spit on me on stage, and I will never let that happen again. What's your favorite warm-up game? That's a good one. Lauren?
Mine is the one where you're you give someone a character and an occupation, and they have to come up with that character. That one really helped me.
Oh yeah, character circle. So the way I run it in class is you're in a circle and you go around one by one. One person offers a name, the next person offers an adjective, the next person offers a profession. And then the fourth person in the circle has to embody that character for a sentence or two. So it would be like Jeremy, the apprehensive dental hygienist, and then the next person would have to be Jeremy, the apprehensive dental hygienist. Yeah. That's a good one.
Ryan Westbrook and I did that all the time before we went on stage, and we had some of the best sets that way.
Hell yeah. I love
You guys ready?
my favorite one is patterns, probably.
Oh yeah, patterns is
I
fun.
like to run patterns where each position, each new pattern, you scatter around the room. So you're locking things in as a vocal pattern and a physical pattern. And then you do like 7 or 8 different ones, and people can call out like position 2, position 3, position, like wherever they're going. Yeah. It gets like for me personally on stage, I tie a lot of memory stuff into character choices, stage presence, and relationships. So if somebody comes out as a character that I've seen before, I can lock it in. If somebody comes to a specific spot on stage that's already been used in a noteworthy way, and they start a scene from there with their voice from that last scene, that shit helps me lock right in. So I like to experiment with patterns and stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, suggestion for our next scene with our picture here is maybe the picture is just the suggestion. Is that maybe that's good enough?
I think it's enough.
That might be good enough.
All right, let's try it, and we take you to this location. Wait, not yet. Wait for it. There we are.
Yeah, Governor Whitmer, you suck, Governor Whitmer. Yeah.
Wait, I thought we were coming here to sing dildo jingles to the governor.
You fucking lied to us, man. You told me we were going to a birthday party.
I just thought we'd bring our dildos just because it's good to have them at a protest.
I have no problem sporting our magnificent dildos. I have a problem being here on Capitol steps right now when you told me specifically we were hanging out for a bonfire in your backyard.
I didn't even clean my dildo with soap and water before coming here. I could spread so many things to these people.
Well, I think that it's most important that Governor Whitmer knows how much she is acting like a Nazi Germany right now.
I don't really understand how dildos are going to get this point across, Flam.
Yeah. I was ready to have.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
I was ready to have fun with these bitches in our big bass backyard. Now we gotta be tooting around with these motherfuckers at the Capitol. You gotta quit this QAnon shit, Tristan.
Hey, Q is a very important source inside the government that knows a lot more than we do, and we need to make sure that we're listening.
I'm still on the fact that I'm pretty sure I have last night remnants on this dildo.
Disgusting.
That's on you.
It really smells like corn chips, guys.
That's on you, Barry.
Guys.
That is on you.
Damn it, Barry. You don't wash and scrub your fucking dildo after every single use, you sick fuck.
All right, I don't want to get into the dang details of my dirty deeds with my dirty Diana. But listen here, it went crazy and it went good and long. And I was tired from a long night of double in it, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, we all get what you're saying, and we're all very cool with it.
Yeah.
But you gotta clean up after yourself, you motherfucker.
Definitely.
Don't you understand? Sometimes it's cool to smell your own filth.
Gross, Barry. Gross.
That is exactly why we're in this problem right now, you bastard.
I'm not the one who told us to bring them.
God.
I clean my dildos so good that I could lick it.
I'll lick it anyway.
Can we please go to this bonfire and get out of this godforsaken protest?
I don't understand why you guys have such a problem with protesting. We need to make sure that the governor isn't locking us down.
All right, listen, I know you ain't that mad about being locked up. All you've been doing is watching Netflix, eating Cheez-Its, and doing the dirty with your dirty D. I don't need to hear it.
That's what I'm doing, and I'm not working at the tool and die shop right now.
You're not even like worried about you going back. You want the Applebee's workers and the movie theater workers and everyone else to go back because you don't care about the health of others. Slam Tristan.
Yeah, fuck this, Tristan. I'm getting out of here to go fuck this son of a bitch. See?
Wow.
Oh,
and there you go, folks. That's exactly why dildo gets used as a suggestion in so many improv scenes, because they all end so great.
They're all going to be just hilarious.
I'm asking where the Midwest accent is.
We got another question from Robert Hahn, Bob Hahn, right? A recent graduate of the Planet Ant Training Center.
Oh, congratulations.
That's right.
How do you slow down someone that is going too fast in a scene?
I throw it in there where I'm like, calm down, breathe. Like I actually make it where it's a part of their character that is freaking out and like needs to slow down. Like I actually make it a part of the scene sometimes if it's able to work.
Yeah, I think it's a tough place to be sometimes to, like, the question, how do I make someone slow down in a scene? Sometimes you go down that road a little bit and you get too preoccupied trying to police other people on stage a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
With stuff like that, my biggest thing, if a scene is not working, if it's not clicking, this is a fleetful art form. Move on to the next scene.
Yeah, basically somebody call it. My mom said to slap them to slow them down.
I do, yeah. Yeah, if you could make it a character choice. I'm assuming the type of speed, going too fast we're talking about is when people get like that word vomit and just try to establish everything, and they're talking so fast, and here's the what, the where, and the how, and here's the whole scene, and here you like that. Yeah, at that point, I personally don't think I don't want to think in terms of like trying to save scenes like that. I would rather find a good blow, move on, and work on establishing the next one better.
And also, speaking to Lauren's point, though, if somebody is acting a certain way in the scene, they are acting that way.
That's true.
And that's real. That's the life that you're in at that moment. Like, if somebody is acting like a sitcom actor in a scene, I'm going to treat them like they are a person that's being a sitcom actor in a scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to go with what the person is giving you, and it's all about the way that you can adjust and make it work for yourself as well. You can't really go around like blaming the other person all that much. It's about cooperation.
Yeah,
so if you're
for
really
sure.
Putting it on somebody else, then it's just not gonna get you anywhere. Anyways,
Don Schirkenbach, what's the weirdest object work you've ever done? Love this question. I haven't. Do you have one?
So not yet. Like, go ahead. I'm trying to think of my weirdest one.
I do. One specifically comes to mind, and because I know that some people were upset and disturbed by my. I object work one time making tender love to the back of a hippopotamus.
Wow.
I remember that one. I remember that.
In this scene, and my attention to detail was maybe a little bit too exact, and it grossed out a lot of people.
So gross. I mean, but now we know. Now we know how you would do it if you had to do it.
Yeah.
I think my grossest one, I was eating like rotten bologna off of the floor or something, and I was making like the like noises and I was grossing myself out, so I'm sure the audience didn't like it that much.
I got a note one time, I cannot remember which teacher it was, but somebody told me to not make not dry heave or make like gross food sounds on stage.
I've seen you dry heave before.
Because it's too upsetting to people. But if the situation calls for a good dry heave, I'm gonna dry heave on stage.
I can't really think of what my weirdest thing is. I've done pretty much anything that I could possibly imagine at this point. I think, as far as object work goes, I don't have anything. I don't know. I'm always willing to go there, though, whatever it takes.
Mike, do you want people to send the pictures to you over Messenger?
Yes, but I think that we're going to be running out of time here because we're 5:47 right now, and like I said, I can only go.
Who sent this one in?
This one was from a Chute.
A Chute. All right. A Chute sent this photo in. We gotta do it.
You guys ready?
Let's be sensitive here.
Hey.
Yeah.
Right, ready? And here we go. Oh, I miss the days of going outside.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's
All right. Listen, if this is just going to be a joke to you guys, then I'm just going to get up and leave.
Dad, don't go.
No.
Daddy.
Dad, you got to stay with us.
Daddy, you got to stay. Daddy, me and Chadwick, we's just two strong, virile young men who need a good father figure in their life right now.
Well, guess what? I've been trying to give you that my whole life, but guess what? All you've done is shown me that my work is shit.
Daddy, don't talk about your work like that. You make beautiful sculptures.
I do. I would rather you face your own absence as a father as opposed to just calling us shitty kids right off the top.
You're gonna come at me. I was on Broadway for 50 years, and you're just gonna give it to me now like this.
Dad,
can you please, Daddy, just sing us a little bit from our favorite song from Cats, the one that you're so famous for?
Please.
Yes, of course.
Please.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I have to act like I'm coughing up a hairball to get into character.
Oh, I thought it was your COPD.
Memory, all alone in the moonlight. When I see the cat, I cry. Oh, the memory I try.
Yeah. Daddy, don't let nobody tell you weren't the best Grisabella that's ever been.
That was beautiful.
I haven't sung that song since the night your mom left. Oh, God.
When she ran off with Rum Tum Tugger?
Oh, it's like that song, Bad, Bad Leroy Brown, but for real, it happened to me.
You got Leroy Brown?
I got Bad, Bad Leroy. No, I'm sorry, not Bad, Bad Leroy Brown. Not that song. I'm getting my song. Oh, no, it is. No, it's not Bad, Bad Leroy Brown. I don't know which one it is anymore.
I don't mean to worry anybody, but it looks like there's a man outside from Broadway. He must have heard you, Daddy. He must have heard you singing.
Is it William Broadway himself?
Don't you toy with my Broadway emotions. I'm too fragile.
He's waving in the window.
Oh, my God. I think it's my destiny to go sing on Broadway. Maybe I'll do Phantom of the Opera next.
But Daddy, you left that life for 50 years. You can't go back.
Yeah. You're rusty, Daddy.
No. What? You just said it was good.
Oh, for us, but we're family and we're stuck inside with you.
We gotta tell you it was good. We're your sons.
We gotta tell you.
We're your big, strong sons.
Yeah.
What? This is. I don't even know what to say. My whole life, have you guys just been lying to me my whole life, telling me I sang as good as Matthew McConaughey's talks in those Lincoln commercials?
Yeah.
Yes, Daddy, yes.
Yeah.
You were a terrible Grisabella.
Yep. Sorry, Dad. Sorry. I don't know how you lasted 50 years on Broadway, as a matter of fact.
All right, I'll tell you how I lasted. It's because I was the damn janitor.
Oh!
I wasn't on Broadway. I was just cleaning up after them dirty, dirty, dirty scoundrels.
Scene. Andy, you sounded sad after that one.
I mean, I don't think that was our best work.
Well, hey, it's a new art form. We're getting used to it.
Von Wink says this one isn't working. The dialogue doesn't fit the pictures like the last two.
Oh,
well,
that might be that Von Wink is just a racist.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't have to fit the picture. We were talking about Hooters as firefighters. Well, I guess
that makes perfect sense.
That makes sense. Never mind.
I will say, it's a personal choice of mine as a performer. I like to experiment with accents. I personally do not experiment with any non-Caucasian accent.
For some reason, I'm always going to do a Southern accent, and I don't know why.
The thing is that you don't want to try to co-op another culture that you're not part of. You don't want to try to make it. And also the thing is that it's not about the way that the accent sounds or the dialect sounds. It's about the people and the relationships. And you don't have to make your voice sound like another culture's type of thing in order to make it work.
Yeah, I mean that's just not comedy I'm interested in making. I'll leave that to Jeff Dunham.
For sure.
Right. Jeff Dunham.
That guy's got some crazy fucking puppets, dude.
God.
It's fucking nuts.
Jeff Dunham, if you're watching this, I hate you.
Okay, Lauren, but have you seen how mean that fucking old guy puppet is?
Oh, God.
Okay. Now you're already laughing about it.
Jeff Dunham is just the worst.
It's really bad.
Yeah. I think that could be... I'm moving forward. We're going to keep this to an hour today, folks, so we got about 5 minutes. I am very interested in experimenting with this moving forward, seeing if we can use it in different ways. We can have backdrops. We can have... Mahmoud says we could use photos of the same three people in multiple locations.
Oh, yeah.
To imitate time progress. I think, for sure. There's a bunch of different stuff that we could do. I just think it's getting used to it, getting used to trying scene work in this environment, seeing how fast we can clip these these pictures so we can move on to the next one. But it's fun.
Yeah, I think it's worth experimenting with. It's pretty fun. I think that the whole thing kind of helps make it work, because I think one of the things that's a really big issue with doing improv live is that you're gonna have a problem with the suspension of disbelief, right? Like on stage, we can do whatever the hell we want. We can be anywhere, we can be anything, we can be anyone. But when it comes to video, it has kind of a thing where it kind of like forces you to be what people are seeing. And it's not like you can just do whatever you want, you know what I mean? You have to kind of like take what's there and use what's there.
Do you think Terry Fader hates Jeff Dunham?
Who's Terry Fader again?
He's also a ventriloquist comedian. He won. He won America's Got Talent at some point. He won $1 million doing puppet comedy on America's Got Talent.
Oh God!
But he's not. People don't know who he is like people know Jeff Dunham. Do you think that he hates Jeff Dunham?
I'm sure
think
he
that
does.
anybody that's sane and rational should hate Jeff Dunham.
Yeah, but not because people shouldn't hate Jeff Dunham because he does puppet. He's more famous for doing puppets than you. That's a bad reason. That would be a bad reason to hate him. I hate him because there we go.
You are him.
Yeah, now I am him.
Well, here's the thing. Through the puppet, I can say literally whatever I want without consequence.
That's him like explaining his bigotry. The
Jeff
freeing
Dunham
thing about the
explains comedy.
yeah. The freeing thing with the puppet is I can make it say truly awful stuff and face none of the public consequences for the bad stuff coming out of my mouth.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of famous people stuff we could be doing too, where we can,
Oh yeah.
we could totally get famous people staying together and stuff. I think anybody that's watching, get your pictures ready for next week. Send them to us. Next week we're gonna have Bob Hahn as a guest. But the weeks after that, we're going to be choosing the guest from the people that are watching. So make sure you are watching, and we'll randomly choose who's going to be involved with us for the next episode of the show. So send us some pictures. We'll be trying some stuff out next week.
John
some more
Sturkenbacher. I met Terry Fader's step-parents while serving them sushi in Austin. Dude, you're fucking famous, dude. You serve sushi to the parents of a ventriloquism royalty.
Wow.
Wow.
That is amazing.
That's the
I didn't
funniest.
realize who we were talking to this whole time.
Yeah.
I
That's
had
the
no
funniest
idea.
name drop. The funniest name drop I've ever heard. I met Terry Fader's step-parents. Oh, so good. So good. All right, yeah, we're gonna do this again Saturday at 5. If you are currently a Planet Ant Training Center student, if you have taken classes with us before, and you want to be one of our very special guests on a week, let us know. This is just a freewheeling discussion about improv, featuring people that we've worked with before or have taken our classes. So yeah, if you want to be a guest, let us know.
And give some big virtual applause to Lauren Duprey over there. Or wait, over there.
Thank you. Thanks
Yeah,
for having
thank you for joining us today, Lauren. That was super fun.
Yes, it was.
Can't wait to do this again next time. Have a great day, everyone. Stay inside. Stay safe. Don't touch your face.
Don't touch your face.
Goodbye, everybody.